All righty. Let's see. Testing, testing. If we get this right, third time's a charm, you know. So, all right. Hello and welcome to our Thanksgiving live stream. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. Third time's a charm, making this magic work here. Um, yeah. So, if you're at work and then you're like the rest of us. I usually have Wednesdays off, which is why I do it here. But the kids are off all week. It's been the way it's been going for many years now. As a midlifer, we used to just get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's it. And now I've got to run around and drop the little one off at the grandparents and do a bunch of stuff. Jump through some hurdles, no biggie, good stuff. Stevie 76, happy Thanksgiving, man. I hope you're doing well. We've got I don't know what are your plans? We've got four Thanksgiving. We do like four that movie Four Christmases, but it's like it's four Thanksgivings, and then somehow it's five Christmases. I don't know. I don't know where the other part of the family comes in, where we add a fifth. It's that extended family trip, but yeah, we do five. We only do one Halloween. Mm. I wish we coulda do more. We gotta figure out the logistics to get, like, at least a second Halloween in there, you know? Can you guys hear me alright? Uh, Excited for the running event next year in SA, asked Stevie76. I am, I do wanna get to the running event, so alright, MK's in here, All Heart RC, love it, man, getting excited for CIM. Um, yeah, so the running event I didn't go this year. I've never been, right? I don't have the passes to go or whatever, but I did shoot a video today that's going to come out on Sunday. So like tomorrow it's going to be my top 5. It's that time of year. It's my top 5 super shoes of the year. And then Sunday is going to be um the dud or stud or dud. I don't know. I just whatever, yay or nay. It's kind of a thing for every 2025 shoe because eventually you arrive somewhere and at the end of the year and you look back and you're like, I was really excited about those shoes and they didn't work for me. And then some of them came out of nowhere. So it's good to predict. So I'm predicting some on that the 2025 studs and duds. So we'll see. But man, you guys, I got. I don't think logistically there's a way to make a second Halloween happen because you only time is a finite resource. Like I think I'm stuck to like that little thing, but that little window. But my kids still go. They make the most of it. The one. And by the way, so if you look at the house from the outside, it's not anywhere near any top tax brackets. But inside the house, the dad tax is 37%. I mean, if you saw how much candy my kids raked in, you would understand. 37% is good. I mean, they got plenty of Laffy Taffy left over for that. So it does get in the way of my nutritional mission to eat a lot healthier, but we tax them pretty good. So but anyway, yeah, so the running event, I saw something about that in San Antonio. I saw a something and I thought it was like it said December 2nd or December. I was like, wait, did I miss it? Did they go to Austin and then now they're coming here? Are they doing something at the same time? But anytime they come into the city. Now the city's trying to go a little bit harder. So we have we have some races in the spring, but like March, it's too late already. Like it's too warm. So annually our marathon is the San Antonio Rock and Roll Marathon, and that one is the first week of December. I think it's the same weekend as CIM, to be honest. So if CIM fills up, Don't come next year because there will be no San Antonio Rock and Roll Marathon. However, they did say um, that they're going to be doing San Antonio is going to run their own marathon on the same weekend, but I don't know what the course looks like. So next year it'll be the first inaugural San Antonio marathon. I don't know what they're going to call it. Um, who Bucky's? I don't know who's going to fund it, but someone sponsor it. Somebody cool better sponsor it. So we have like a really cool name. I remember what was that Houston one? It was like Gallery Furniture Bowl, something amazing like that. It's like, but anyway, so I think I have to sign up on principle to that one. I'm trying to do one big race a year, and that's going to be Boston. So like I'm already done on that. So I think trying to find something local, I think that one will probably be it. So as far as the race goes, so what I write down. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, and I actually might be in shape by then also. So I did return to running. We started back. We're running easy. It's been a couple of weeks of easy running, and I'm trying not to look at it. I'm trying to look at my running as man, I even got on the assault bike again. Ah, it's terrible. It's terrible. This is no fun. The bikes are no fun. But it saves the legs. But I'm looking at all that cardio. It's just sort of like burning calories after a lift, making sure that I'm lifting, doing the strength training. Then I'm doing that. Try not to look at pace because I know it's so far away. I'm on the bottom of the mountain looking up. And I am going to run the Austin International Half, like I said last time, but I don't really have any expectations of that. And that's mid-January. And then, we'll gear up for Boston and try not to overtrain that. Stevie76 says World Major San Antonio. Yeah. Yeah, I think Sydney barely got it. It was close. I have inside sources, and they tell me that it went down to the wire, but ultimately they decided for Sydney for the 7th, but they're looking at us again for the 8th. We can't get an NFL franchise. We never have been able to. We're always like in the talks and it never happens. We always get the arena league or whatever floats around, but world major probably. Just a matter of time. How much time? Well, I don't know, but it is. Shannon Sides is in here. What's up, Shannon Sides? I ran in the Primex Strung 2 today. I think we're closing in on 750. We're slowly inching our way to 1,000. She says, "Yay, midlife co-famsy." Yeah, it's that time, it's that season. I didn't know if anyone's going to be off or if everyone has to work. So like I don't really. I think there was a job I had early on when Kafuzi first started his live stream on the other channel where I was able to make it frequently, even like with work in the way the schedule worked before that. And then I had to get a real job, if you could call it that. Oh man. Yeah, so did you guys watch the running event? And if so, what do you think? What do you think of the shoes? Oh, I forgot to review Skechers. Though I could say that this has been the case for the last couple of years. They gotta fix that arch fit. I saw Robbie do a review with them or something today, so I didn't put it in my recap. But I am looking forward to a lot of the shoes, but I think there's going to be some duds. There's certainly, and I don't. It's not personal. I think that there's a lot of like 1.0. So people like any new shoe or like attempt at a shoe, it's kind of like, are you going to hit a home run on your first at bat? Probably not. I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen, but like maybe it did. Maybe it would. So, all right, I do I have a box, and I actually have a couple of boxes coming. These are purchases that I made naturally because people, the shoe companies don't really send me too many shoes, but it flies in the face of my approach. So, what I'm going to try to start doing this next year is not buy so many shoes and review shoes at a deeper level or like farther into their life than before because I feel like there's there's so many reviewers out there and they have their work cut out for them and there's so many shoes like there's however many running shoes every brand makes, and then an equal amount with the word max that follows whatever thing there was. So it's like there's a Ghost Max, there's Hyperion, there's Hyperion Max, there's the everything's got there's a glycerin, there's a glycerin max. There is no glide ride, but there is a glide ride max. Anyway, they got a lot of shoes to cover, and then they gotta like get 50 miles to 100 miles, whatever. And then they run in a little bit, and then you're going off that vibrations, you're going off the first feel of it, and it's like the shoe at its optimal best, like with all its makeup on and everything. And then, but what's the shoe like at 300 miles? What's it like at 1,000 miles? What's it like at 400 miles? I'm only going to take one shoe to 1,000, but I have that replacement. It's coming. The shoe that I'm hoping will replace that shoe is in the mail. So it's ironic because I'm like, I'm not going to buy I'm gonna quit buying shoes in 2025. Technically, it's 2024 to be fair. So, but I do have boxes coming, but there's only one here. I don't have a box cutter, so I'm gonna do this. Shannon Side says, "What's your prediction for Coach Matt's marathon time at CIM?" I don't. I heard him in maybe it was his podcast. But he was saying he consumes a lot of running content, and I don't know if he's gonna watch this one, but I don't think the third time is gonna be a charm. I think, it's my belief. I could be wrong. Okay, so I would say maybe he breaks 220, but not PB. I think that what matters is and I don't know because I don't, like, dive into the training, is, like, the 8 weeks leading up to the race. And I know like the dip and the taper, and then like even if it's a small dip and then like a dip in recovery every time, I think all of that gets baked into the performance for that particular race. I could be wrong. I'm wrong. I'm usually wrong. I'm wrong a lot. I don't, I learn by failing and I fail a lot. So I'm probably wrong. I probably run like a 216, but I wouldn't bet on it. Oh, there's a box, by the way. This is not me like doing stuff down here. All right, you know what time it is. Oh, bang. So Joanna sent me some merch. Oh yeah, Supwell. Up your best. Let's look at that. I got that Joanna sponsorship. Or watch out. All right. Supwell certified. Bang. Got long sleeves. This is going to get some action because it's actually 40 degrees the next 2 weeks. And it's not normally very cold here, except for 2 weeks out of the year. And I'm going to wear that for the next 2 weeks, keeping me warm, warming my heart. Thank you, Joanna, for sending me that. I suppose that it's my time to boost the Supwell app. And maybe if I talk about the Supwell app, Joanna will take a day off from having to talk about it in one of his videos. I hopped in there right at the beginning and I scored. So the marketplace piece of it, I scored the Endorphin Elites V1s from Philip Chu for $185 new. So like $100 off, close to it. And then the two shoes that I have coming is the Eclipse, the On Eclipse. On's one of those brands I don't run it on. They're outside of my budget most of the time. They don't have huge sales. Like sometimes they're on sale, but like there's just some. I got to do Adidas. I got to do Nike. I got to do Asics. The major brands, the big shoes. So, but I'm looking for that cruiser to replace the Primax Strong. So I went with the Eclipse, and that one was 90 new. So it was cheap off the Supwell app. And then, oh, this is a gamble. I took a gamble. I don't know the mileage for the Rocket X2s, but they were like $60. And I was like, okay, well, if they have any pep left over, then I'll get to see. Because Hoka, sometimes sometimes we do Hoka. They're also pricey. And they also have like a million shoes. So Skyflow, whatever. Rocket X to Cielo X1, like they got Ray shoes, Bondi's, Clifton's, too many shoes. So we're gonna give the Hoka a shot, see what it's like, and maybe take it for the half marathon in Austin. All right. Panos is in here saying, looking forward to your Primex Strong 1,000-mile review. I've actually put a little thought on it. So, I put all that work, I had to put some thought to making a video about it. Cause a lot of times, like the ones that are just coming out, I have a rough outline that I put on my phone just so I don't tangent right off the planet. And then or just record and sit into I hit record, and then I come around the camera and I sit down, and I'm already talking. That's why I sit in half of my shots, or like 3/4 now. It just seems like to save a little time. I don't know how much time I got left. You got to maximize the 4-hour work week, right? I gotta make that magic happen. And so for the 1,000-mile review, I think I'll actually have to write it. I'm gonna have to write it. So because I was thinking about this too. I just reviewed a meditation app that I've been using, this headband from Muse. I usually use this other app, Headspace. And the way that algorithm works is really odd and funny. Like it's like a mystery for a lot of people, but then you talk or you hear other people who are part of it, and it's not such a mystery. If I started a new channel and I didn't have any niche whatsoever, it was just like, I'm an entertainer. I used to be an actor, and this is like whatever channel. I'm going to talk about 4 ways Lost could have been better, had a better ending. I could talk about fitness. I could talk about whatever. The algorithm is going to like doesn't know who my audience is. It's going to like blast it out everywhere and start pulling people in. And if the video does well, then it's going to continue to blast everywhere. But if you already have a niche, like if you already have an audience, no matter what content I create, it just goes to you guys first. That's it. Like it goes to you. If you don't watch it, then it just goes, right? Like nobody watches it. So from a creator standpoint, it's very challenging. I mean, big growth isn't like my ultimate goal or anything, but it's like I'd have to create content that you guys would want to watch, but also like mass audience would want to watch. So I think that's why the videos tend to do the best, because then like every runner like runs in shoes. But if I make videos specifically that you guys would want to watch, then it doesn't necessarily translate to videos bangers that everyone would want to watch. Right. So it's like, it's kind of weird, I know I'm not going to hit you with, I'm starting a second channel and it's going to be entertainment based and have nothing to do with running. Though I might, who knows. um Shannon Side says, I worry that the hills will be a lot for him. I'm thinking another 222. You know what? I'm gonna roll with yours then. Yeah, I think that's accurate given the cramping, the history of cramps with some hills, some quad damage. Boston did a number. Granted, he wasn't training for a marathon at the time of Boston. He was training for a 5K. Stevie 76 says Ivy League Joanna, the very same. I'm gonna put my hobby jogger back on. I'm gonna make this thing scream. I don't know if to fix with this. But I should know where he went. Did he go to Yale or Princeton? I'm not sure. I'm gonna see. All right. University of Texas. Got that rivalry with A&M this weekend. Little too tight. Squeeze that. 5 head. We're ready to go. Hobby Jogger. Hobby Jogger Elite. That's the name. Okay, for it's my new name for sub 240 guys. That's it. In the video that comes out tomorrow, I was trying to find the name of it. That's what came to the top of my mind. It's like elite, sub elite, and then whatever you call 240 guys. Then I was like hobby jogger elite. I think that's fitting because you want to run a sub 240 in Chicago. So Shannon Sides, did you see that World Athletics is considering a world treadmill championship? No, count me out though. Oh, but I suppose if you live up north and you do that a lot in the winter, then you might get pretty good at that. It does not sound like a good time. Maybe that's why I hate the bike. It's just like I hate being stationary and then I'm just not going anywhere. I don't enjoy the treadmill much. And then I don't know. I feel like if I watched a video on YouTube about treadmill running, how it improves, like who does it? My algorithm has a couple guys in there with accents that just come in and they're like, 5 things you didn't know, and the camera kind of moves in and then it pans over and then it's like this, like, to improve your fitness. I believe it. It sounds so professional. And I'm like, oh yeah. Nick Rosner, is that his name? I don't know. Then I'm like, I gotta do treadmill running. That's the secret to getting fast. Because I saw something on stair climbers and I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I should go get a stair climber. I should go to the gym and get on a stair climber. No. All Heart RC is in here saying Joanna went to my alma mater. All right. So elite company. This is a hell of a track team or endurance team, cross country. Duke. All right. Duke, that makes sense because I think he was up in the Northeast for a while. Makes sense. He went back to North Carolina. It's down on the East Coast. Oh, there's a credit card alert. Oh, I hope they're having fun, whatever they're buying with my credit card. It's probably my wife. She's probably going hard for Thanksgiving. Just kidding. Yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing that's really good with the app, the Supwell app, Supwellian, is I caught some miles with a guy from the app. His name's Andre. He's from McAllen, down in the valley, and he was in town. So he messaged me inside of the app, and he said, "Do you want to get some miles?" And I said, "Indeed, I do." So we went and got some miles, and then my wife was like, scoffed. I was like, to be a guy, you just go trust some other dude. So yeah, if I don't return, he had a good run, but literally a good run. But anyway, and then somebody else reached out, but I don't think it was through the app. Someone's in town His was like Strava. He's in town with his daughter, and they're gonna be running a race on Saturday, but the like 9-minute pace or something. I might crash it. I don't like crashing races. I don't wanna pay the money. Or do you guys do turkey trots? Is anybody doing a 5K? Any races? Might be a little too close to CIM for MK there, but I've never really done a turkey trot, but I would really like to see some park runs. I like park run become a thing where we're at. So now I stand corrected. MK says we race tomorrow 5K, and I bet it's 3 PBs. It's PBs all around. PRs for the All Heart RC gang. So, but I think having the park runs would also get me more comfortable or used to running speed all the time and not making it like, oh, I'm gonna run a 5K, but give me 8 weeks and let me dip my toes in it. And this week I'm gonna run like 1 minute fast, 1 minute off, 2 minutes fast, 1 minute off. Just kind of get used to it. It's kind of like okay, like I saw. I'm not great with names. The Miler guy, Spencer. I can't say like the skinny guy because like a lot of runners are really skinny, and he gets dressed up and stuff sometimes. I don't watch a lot of his stuff, but I watch some of it. And they watch this one on the mile. Now I've run maybe an all-out mile 3 times just to see what happens. And the last 4 years is not something I choose to do very frequently. And he was saying in that video, yeah, all hearts is there you go, Spencer Brown, that you should expect to really be in pain after 600 meters out of 1608 meters or whatever the mile is. And I was like, oh, okay, good. Maybe I'm doing it right. It's not just me because it is quite painful. And actually, once I return to speed work next month, which I guess is 4 days away, 5 days away, whatever it is. I am going to be focused on speed. So me and coach just going to be trying to rip some miles. 3K. Also, never ran a 3K in my life on purpose. That exact distance, like 5K. Now we're gonna stop at 2 miles. Nope, just 3Ks. That's what we're doing. Never done it. So I guess automatically it would be a PR, but there's no 3K races. Like I'm not young anymore. They don't. There's no 3Ks. But anyway, we're gonna be doing. When I say we, I mean me. I'm gonna be doing fast stuff. He'll probably be running a 220 marathon every month for the next 3 years or something. But I'm gonna be giving it a whack, giving it a go. Andy Kung is in here. Says yes, we need park runs. Preach. Stevie76 says Supwell is a dating app. Most run clubs are, and Andre, Andrew, we're both from South Texas, similar names. My wife has actually tried to do that movie, I Love You, Man. She's really tried to hook me up with some friends before, like that movie hit close home to home. I didn't cry at the end, but that movie hit close to home. Said, it's like you get a friend. Do you have a friend? It's like I have so many acquaintances. If you just bundle them all together, it's like having a few friends. Not actual friends. So, but Tyus Ventost is in here. I just run on Thanksgiving before going to work. Plus, the good turkey trot is too far. Oh man, work on Thanksgiving. I've certainly done that before. I've worked this company that I work for. There is no Thanksgiving working. There is no working on the Christmas. So that's nice. So we don't work tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to run. Okay, so I gotta say this. I just had a thought. Ironically, I'm like, in 2025, I'm going to buy less shoes. Also, I have shoes in the mail coming, but and right now I'm gonna tell you that I'm really looking after my fitness, like my nutrition and my health, my micronutrients and my macronutrients in 2025. I just got into baking. I bake now. I cook, to be fair. The algorithm is now flooding in, right? Favorite dessert, one of my favorites, pecan pie. So I'm making pecan squares. I'm making pecan pie. I gotta taste the goods. Usually people say, like, I don't touch the product. I definitely touch the product. It's rough. These are conflicting things. They don't go hand in hand. They could. I could make myself some veggie scrambles, which I do, and some other stuff as I cook. But I'm on this baking kick, and I'm like, it's not good. I get an addictive personality. I'm over at the HEB at the Heb going like, hey, you know what we need? We need this, 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 and this. Give me a sifter. This is what I need. Can't believe we don't have a sifter. Where's our sifter at, baby? Like, come on. Like, we're failing our children. We need to cook them sugary things. And I'm getting worried about the youngest. He's picky. He doesn't even like butter toast anymore. Like he's ruled out all food. He just fasts. That's it. makes it makes it work for him. CV76 is 2-inch short speed. Yeah. And pecan, pecan, pecan. Okay. Yeah. I made a post today. I forget Threads is a thing. And then I'll see the app icon and I'm like, "Oh, Threads." And then I open it up and read a couple things and it's, all algorithm based, right? So 14 years old, like sobriety stuff comes in there and then like mostly running. This is mostly running stuff. But I just like to share thoughts, like deep stuff. And I was making or yesterday I was at the office and somebody was like, "Oh, there's food in the break room." And I went to check it out. Full Thanksgiving like feast. Everybody had everything, every blueberry, apple pie, pecan pie, stuffing, you name it, it was there. And so naturally, I went for the pecan pie. It was a little bit off. It chocolate, had chocolate chips in it. And so I got on Threads and I was like, listen, I love pecan pie and I love chocolate chip cookies, but I don't love chocolate inside the pecan pie. And I don't like pecans. I like my chocolate chip cookies pecanless. When I hit send, I thought of what Stevie76 is saying. It's pecan. What if I emphasize the word for humor, pecanless, right? Like, would it have any impact? It was too late. I already hit send, but I did think about it. Pecan. One time at work, we just did that with everything. Is it Sebastian or Sebastian? You never know until you check in. So Stevie76 says you are not the father. Yeah, we've determined that was a lie. So uh yeah, man, these kids. We were racing cars earlier, and then me and the middle child. So I got them all. I'm like, all right, dad is gonna live stream, but then I had to explain to my kindergartner what a live stream is. And like he gets it. He likes this guy EY stream. Like he likes to build stuff on Minecraft, and he's allowed to watch like how to build the Minecraft things you would build on it. So like he was like, what? I think he thinks he's always watching them live every time he watches a video, even though he clicks on a bunch of different ones. And he's like, but they're there. You are live. But he's in that really cute phase. Fours and fives are like the best. We're just like driving yesterday, and he's like, Dad, these two fingers are very similar. Yeah, they are. They're close together too. Yeah. And then he's like, "Dad, Dad." I'm like, "Yeah." And then also, like, at night, he's like, I want a bedtime snack before he goes to bed." So, "Okay, well, you eat it over here." And then he just gets in his little spot, and you just hear, "Hey, Dad, did you know?" And it's the cutest thing. He's like, uh, "You wanna know a big word?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Potato salad." "You wanna know another one?" "I do." "Hippopotamus." It's like, "Oh, wow." He goes, "There's a lot of syllables in that one." I said, "Yeah." "Vegetarian." It's like, bro, he's just my mind. He blows my mind regularly. It's so all he does. And, so it's great. It's entertainment all the time. We were talking about, cars earlier, but after this live stream, I explained to him live stream is like, "Hey, you give minutes playing with his brothers." And then me and the middle child, we're gonna watch season 5 of Lost. We have a couple of episodes left for that. So, and then he just got an electric scooter from grandma. It's great. This goes 15 miles an hour. And then I was running this morning. He's an early bird. He gets up early, so he's just like out and about. And he knew I was running. It was probably like 6:30 in the morning this morning. And he gets out and he gets on his scooter and he just pulls up next to me and we're just going. And he's got a odometer, I guess. Well, I don't know, whatever one judges your speed or speedometer or whatever. And he's like looking at me, and I was like, "What am I at?" And I'm like, 7.5. And he's like, 7. And then he goes, 8, 7, 8. Yeah, 7.5. So it's great. Anyway, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but it's like really great to see his mind try to figure out Lost, and then like rewatching it, it's kind of like, I don't think this is very good, but man, I loved it 20 years ago whenever it was out. Yeah, it was about 20 years ago. And so we're on a journey. That journey is going to end soon. We got 2 episodes of season 5, and then we're going to hop into season 6, and should be good. Shannon Sides is in here. She says potential film crew. He thought of it first. Okay, Shannon. He told me, right, like, because I there was one time where he was gonna, track me at the track for a workout and, on his bike, and then he went and he wanted to play with his friend, and then he felt bad. I said, "No, go play with your friend." I was like, "It doesn't matter, no, whatever," and but he was like, "Hey, I wanna film you." And I was like, "Okay, that thing only goes up to 15 miles an hour, so I don't know if you can catch up." But yeah, no, we're probably gonna do something at some point. He's a quality time guy, so as long as we're together, and I'm not a mechanic, my father-in-law is a mechanic. It's amazing to have one of those in the family. It is so great. But we're not working on any cars. In fact, my wife got in an accident. Someone just pulled out and hit her, and the car is being repaired. So she's been driving around her dad's old Chevy from like 96 or something. It's like 350,000 miles on it. It's amazing. It's a tank. So, the opportunity's there to fix a car, but it's going to be grandpa. Grandpa's going to be the one asking for tools to be sent over. But it's great because anything happens with the car, it's like, oh, we'll just take it to Chad. All right. Shannon Side says, my kids have been overrunning for a bit. But we got a puppy last week, and now they have recommitted to racing a mile with the dog next summer. Oh, that's awesome. What kind of dog did you get? What kind of puppy? We have the dumbest dog. He's so dumb. Oh, he's scared of everything. So a little chihuahua pops out of a house and he just tucks his tail and he's like, dude, you are much bigger, you know? You don't have to be so scared. My midwife. Yes, that's it. Um, Shannon Side says pit mix, so smart and sweet and psycho. Yeesh. Yeah, ours is He has the pit, like, box head, but he's not. He's like an American bully and, something else. So he kinda has that, but he just does a lot of that side eye where he's off to the side, and he's like just, like, a bunch of times, and I think that's why we got him, to be honest. I think, like, the side eye, the only determining factor. It's like, if you could just side eye me 3 times a day, it's good. We'll give you pets, treats, love, walks, but, they they are, uh the kids do walk him a little bit, and he gets going, sometimes. Sometimes he gets going. Not much of an outside dog. He is a little bit, but, like, he just a lap dog, I guess. I mean, I posted a picture on Strava. He just lays on the kids. He just lays on. He's just like, "Be with me." That's it. So, well, that's cool. My kids, once upon a time, we did track. They did track. They tried everything. We did some hill country karate. We did some karate. That was before COVID, and then COVID kinda took us out of the mix for the extracurriculars for a little bit. We did get out of the house a lot, but, and then they did some track for a season. Doesn't really take. My middle Miles is into percussion, and the oldest is really good at guitar, so we have more musicians than anything. The oldest takes guitar lessons and did School of Rock last year. So, it's not so much the running. They're not. Miles likes to run. He likes basketball too, but, at 12, you kinda like everything, I guess, so it's good. Maybe he'll return to it, maybe not, and I'm not sure, but Stevie76 says, "Give us a preview. What about the shoes at TRE are you looking forward to?" Alright, little shoe talk. It would qualify as the shoe question of the day because it's the only one, but, um, Nike Pegasus Premium on the Super Trainer front. Now, if that shoe is just like a big cruiser for some reason, it's just like a soft shoe that looks like it would be bouncy and fun and wild, but it's like just a slow, heavy Mad Max type shoe. Like Maxes just don't like. I can't. You got to signal to me. You got to tell me if your company. You could be like, look, we all got Maxes. Let's see. I'll have a thought. I get a thought. Puma, Mag Max. That's it. They got one. I know shoe company of the year because they got one. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Right? But it's like Brooks got 3 Maxes. What? Like, what do they do? Why would differentiate? Well, you got a Ghost Max, Glycerin Max, Hyperion Max. Got a Max for this one, Max for that one. I get a 14 shoe Max rotation. I don't want 14 Max shoes. Somebody's gonna have to run in all these Max shoes. Probably you wanna and tell me which Max shoe that I need to actually run in. What is like good. But the Nike Pegasus Premium looks like it would be the Mad Max Fun Max because I love the SE Trainer version 1. I've been chasing it ever since. There's been no shoe that's been as good as the Pegasus or as the SE Trainer version 1. For that, it was heavy, but it was crazy. I love that shoe, and I want more of that shoe. So, the Nike, that's one, okay, and then I do like the Vomero, so I'll probably give the 18 a whack, but I'm cruising around in the 16, but I like it because it's plush, feels good, it's just responsive enough, but it's got a big drop still and some ground contact feel, and I like ground contact feel, so I like that. So there are 3 core shoes from companies, like their legacy lines that I really do wanna try. I've never tried a Ghost. I've never tried it, but they went 12 millimeters to 10. They put a little bit more in the forefoot. This is the year I'm gonna try Ghost. I'm gonna try the Ghost. The Wave Rider 29, they put 4 millimeters in the heel, 2 more up front. They reduced the drop to 10 millimeters. The Clifton went from 5 millimeters to 8 millimeters. I've never run in a Clifton. This is gonna be my first year I tried. So I'm gonna try like a lot of the daily trainers this year. I ran in a lot of super shoes last year, but I'm gonna run in a lot of like the core daily trainer type of shoes to kind of see what they're. So those are shoes that I'm interested in on that front. The category that I'm most interested in is the tempo threshold shoe that it kind of disappeared the last couple of years with the advent of super trainers. Super trainers kind of replaced it. It's like, oh, you're gonna go for a tempo run, either use an old super shoe from last year that you got on sale or you took it past its race prime and now you can just run your tempo efforts in it. Because it was like the Endorphin Speed 1, the Brooks Tempo, like those, the Hyperion Tempo 1, those shoes were some of my favorite type of shoes to run in, and then they didn't make them so much anymore. But now the Evo SL is coming out soon in S150, and that seems to be right in that wheelhouse. The Endorphin Speed 5 looks like it's returning to its roots. That also has a lot of interest into me, like, for me. So I just said, like, I don't I'm not gonna buy all these shoes, so I'm really gonna have to rely on other people, word of mouth, telling me, like, "You have to get this shoe, like, this shoe is crazy." Because then there's also all of the super shoes, and on the super shoe front, I want to run in all of them, but I can't afford to run in all of them. And the 2 I do wanna try the Adios Pro 4 and the SE Elite V2, but I've heard the SE Elite V2 not S no, not the SE Elite V2, what am I talking about? The Endorphin Elite, sorry. The Endorphin Elite V2 is much softer from, like, they had that small limited release launch, but a couple people that I know that ran in it who also love the V1 say they still prefer the V1. V2 is a really good shoe, but they prefer the V1. So it's like, do I pick up another pair of V1 on discount? No, probably not. I think I'm done buying multiple shoes or like duplicates. It's like I gotta grieve that I'm no longer gonna be able to run in that shoe again and just like try something else. This is a personal problem of mine that I have to like work through. Go see a therapist and talk about shoes. It's never gonna get another run in that Rebel V3. But there are a lot of shoes. I for my dud category, the ones I'm not looking forward to, or well, actually, I'm a little behind. So Shannon Side says Skechers was smart. Put the Max in front of the name. Yeah, Skechers, they're changing, yeah, the name. They have a new line, but um, it's it's the same thing, but they're just renaming it, and same thing with Mizuno for mystery shoes. It's like, dude, that's the Neo Vista 2, that's the Wave Sky 9, that one's the Wave Rider 29. I mean, it's good, you get, a little attention or whatever, mystery, maybe that's why Lost worked 20 years ago. Now there's no mystery. It's not that great, but they do have a new shoe, but I don't think the new shoe, I think that'll be a dud. Just because there's no plate. It's like the Neo Vista, but without a plate, and it has a heel, and I don't know, but I just think 1.0s and, like, first attempts at a shoe, even the Saucony Endorphin Trainer, I think that might be a dud. Saucony's really good, they make really good shoes, but it's just like, am I gonna want that to be am I gonna want that to be the Super Blast, but it's like a stable, endorphin shift type of shoe that can go on long runs and support me, but I just wanna pick up the pace, but I can't. I'm just gonna say dud on that one. Todd's in here, it says, "Evo SL trained to be a marathon runner or just look like one?" Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, it's the look. So, we'll see. 150, maybe I could afford to be wrong on that one. Shannon Sides, is Invincible morphing into the version of the Vomero? I miss V1 and 2. Yeah, they're doing, I try to keep up with Chris Sagasu. He puts out a lot of Nike content, and I do remember watching a video of his where he said, so they're doing a 3-tier system for the Vomero, the Pegasus, and like another line. So the structure. So they're gonna have like the Pegasus is your middle of the road, and then Pegasus like a premium, like it's like a fast one, and then a Pegasus Plus, which is I don't know. I think I messed that up. They're all backwards. Anyway, there's going to be one that's like more max stack and one that's more minimal. So like a faster version of it and whatever. And so for like the Vomero 18, that one's going to be like what the Vomero is. And the Chonk version of that, I believe, is what the Invincible is turning into, but I could be wrong. So there's that. And maybe the sleek version of the Vomero could be like 1 and 2. I'm not sure. Jen Piazza's in here. What's up, Jen? You will never get me in a pair of Brooks. I'm just putting it out there. No ghost for me. Hey, I understand. I ran in the Brooks Tempo and I liked it a lot. And I got a Brooks Levitate. They were like buy one get one. I got them for my wife too. They broke my ankles. They were terrible. I have never stopped running in a shoe because I couldn't run in it. It's a running shoe. It has one purpose. The sole purpose is that I run in it, and I can't even run in it because it's breaking my ankles. And I was like, what is this? Levitate. Chris Angel made him disappear real quick. I was like, get out. We are not. And then I never ran in Brooks again. And then it was like, whatever, and then Believe in the Run, we just take a dump on their race shoes. So it was like, okay, well, stuff's not really changing. And then everyone else is wearing Ghosts, and it's like, oh, okay, maybe they're not sub elite, but they're just like more recreational runner brand. And so the way I feel is like when people shake me and they're like, they don't literally shake me, but they're like, you need to run in this shoe. Sign me up. I'm okay. Like word of mouth works on me. Yeah, it does. Mormons knock on my door. Watch out, because we'll be dipping in water pretty soon. I am the door to door salesman's dream. You can talk me into it. I'll believe it. So like the Neo Vista, the Skyward X, like I bought those off hype. People say, "Hey, you got to run in these," and they're good shoes. But that's it. And like the Pegasus Plus, man, yeah, it's pretty good. It's like, okay, well, pretty good. It's not gonna hit my pocketbook, but you gotta run in this. And a lot of people saying that will make me go for it. But Matthias says that Peg Premium needs to be super blastish, Puma Mag Maxish for sure. Good luck with those daily trainers. Yeah, we're gonna put in the work this year for sure. Not too much work because we learned our lesson from overtraining. And I know what it is I have a hard time not running at my MAF at 140 beats a minute. But that's pretty taxing on my body if I do that every day because I've gotten fast. I have a hard time just sitting there like at 129 beats a minute. And I need to do that on my recovery days, to make sure that it's guardrails. I mean, you go by feel, you can go a lot easier, go a lot slower. The purpose of my run is to recover, and I need to do that. So, and I'm going to do it in some of those daily trainers. Tom says, yeah, nothing says Toyota Corolla of shoes like the Brooks Ghost. I indeed have a Toyota Corolla. We bought it from Wayla. We got it from Grandma. We bought it used from her, and it's great. It's been paid off for like 5 years, and things still going. No problem. It takes $20 to fill up the entire car of the gas. Like, if that's the Brook Ghost, sign me up. I gotta get way less some ghosts. Pano says, I'm thinking of the Brooks Hyperion 2 for a non-plated workout shoe. Here in France, it's sold out everywhere. Though, okay, so the Brooks Hyperion, the 2, does seem like it would get the job done for what your intended purpose is. But the 3 went, from what I can see, 2024 on us. It went 4 quadrant. It's for everybody. It's for Wayla. It's for women, men, children. My kids probably want to run in it. They added more foam. This like the thing, put more foam in the forefoot, widen the platform. It's safe for everybody. A little bit more. Takumi-sen did that with the 10. I liked 8 better. I didn't run in the 9, but I heard it was a lot like the 8. It's just a little bit more for everybody, so it's less fast for the 3. But the 2 would be actually probably pretty good to pick up on discount, I would think. Stevie76 says when Casey Neistat passes you wearing Brooks trainers on his way to a sub 3. Shout out to Casey running. Yeah, I think I said this last time. I've never seen one of his videos except when he put the do hard things. And I started to watch it. And is his thing that he always wears sunglasses everywhere he goes, even inside? Or is that a thing that he adopted much later? And there was like, I don't know. This memory popped in. When I lived in LA, I went to like LA Fitness, and Jared Leto was like walking around from machine to machine with the sunglasses on. It's like, I don't think anyone would recognize you if you had your glasses off. Yeah, I think the glasses make everybody look at you because you're like, who's wearing sunglasses on the butterfly machine over there? Looking all conspicuous. And then like Ryan Gosling was in there with his brother, and then like these girls were just following them machine to machine. It was so many years ago. Anyway, memories. Little name dropping there. I should do that every Wednesday. I have so many stories, guys. I have so many ridiculous stories. Oh, like I was you 2 for 1 special. I was in Las Vegas for a friend's brother's bachelor party kind of thing, right? And somehow we ended up in the Palms. We ended up in the suite. It's like a early 2000s. And the Las Vegas festival, the Reno, Nevada, some festival was around there, some film festival. So Jack Nicholson was at this party. Everybody was around him, like bodyguards. He's sectioned off. You can't get anywhere near that guy. And then, like Dennis Hopper was there when he was still alive. Still, this is 20 years ago. Like Val Kilmer was there promoting some movie he was doing, and then AC Slater was there, and I was like, "Oh my god, AC Slater!" Like I don't get starstruck, right? I don't really like care, but and I used to, in the high school I watched every Jack Nicholson movie ever. Big fan of Jack Nicholson, but there was like all these people, and then I'm just sitting there like Mario Lopez, like oh man. Anyway, is crazy. I'll be sure we'll drop some in, which is kind of weird too because these like just like really famous people, but then I could probably get more like nervous around some runner or like running into it, be like, oh, there's this big runner, whatever. Stevie76 says overtraining merch. Yeah, we got to. Hobby jogger, I need to get on my merch game. I just need to step up and do it. I opened up the channel for memberships and I need to go full send. I need to take the dive, take the plunge. Yeah, but we need to do it. Corey is in here. Corey Adcock says the sunglasses is a video thing with him. He doesn't want to look at the lens or something. He explained one time. Oh, okay. Well, it makes a lot of sense. I feel bad if it's like, oh no, it's a medical condition. He'll go blind if he looks at the lens. Be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know about your condition. Um, Stevie76 says, yes, the reason he wears sunglasses is so you can't see his eyes staring at the camera flip out screen when he vlogs. Oh, yeah. I did that the first time. I did that the first time. My first video ever was it's like a 35-minute talking head video about my experience at the Chicago Marathon. And I'm just like looking off to the side like this. Just like I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I filmed it on my phone, and then Kafuzi I mean, he doesn't know he did this. He talked me into getting a GoPro, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take the plunge. I'm just gonna shoot it. And he says it a lot. He's like, The great thing about when you start a YouTube channel is nobody's watching. So like it doesn't matter. You just say whatever, you do whatever you want, and then eventually people get in there. So Frank's in here. What's up, Frank? Frank Luhilier says, I had to look up who AC Slater is. Yeah, Mario Lopez. It's real when you only know him by the character name. So he's a character. I don't want to say anything about him, and really when my time in LA from 2002 to 2009 or 10, really, yeah, it was a lot of encounters. Like, I want to say my life was a little bit like Entourage, but I mean, just being around people, I didn't, I didn't like that, right? Because it's like when you know somebody, and then you see them in a show, and you know that they're a pervert or that they're kind of an ass, kind of like an ass hat. It just takes away. It just pulls me out of the story, and I love storytelling. That's why I was writing screenplays and moving to Los Angeles in the first place. So I didn't want my narratives and my stories to be interrupted, by pulled out of my suspension of disbelief would stop because I knew the character of the person. So Jen Piazza says, Jack Nicholson has been my favorite actor since I was 7. And when I was walking home from high school my freshman year, he was just standing right in front of me. He was shooting As Good as It Gets. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was a good movie. He had a good run. I always think, I don't always think, but sometimes I marvel at actors that seem like they're on the verge of death for 3 decades. He's one of them. Woody Allen, it's another New Yorker. Al Pacino. There's a lot, and there was a time where they were being written into movies like they were young still. And I just watched one with Robert De Niro. I don't remember, a couple 20 years ago or something. And he's just got this relationship with this detective or reporter, and I'm like, he's 70. She's like 30. This is weird. Um, anyway, Tom says, hi, Chief. Great content. Enjoying the journey. Keep the easy days easy. The hard days hard. You'll get sub 3 workout videos. I'm a big fan, by the way. Well, thank you, Tom. And thanks for stopping by. You know, we're going to do this thing on Wednesdays. I'm going to start mentioning it in the videos also. So just create a space for Fuzzy Run Clubbers or whoever wants to just come by and F off work. Shannon Sides says he might have a lazy eye. And you know what? I do. I had surgery when I was 7. So let me see if this is why I wear glasses, by the way. So then that one just goes over there. So you'll see like in videos when I'm tired, it just goes off there. So I don't wear my glasses frequently in the videos because there's a glare. So like you'll see the glare of the window or whatever it is. So I don't wear them a whole lot. I look like a little boy right now. So I don't wear them frequently. Backwards hat wouldn't help that either. But when I take them off, then you get that, not all who wonder are lost, except that eye is very lost. Hasn't found his way. Like I used to freak people out in elementary school because in the 80s, like they're just like, who does that? Looks everywhere all at once. So I'll have to close it out here pretty soon, guys. Elex Nuan says, are you running the Houston Marathon? I'm not. I ran it last year. And therefore, since it was like the weekend after or the weekend before the Austin 3M half, which I had signed up for that. I deferred that to this year. So instead of running Austin International half last year, I ran the Houston full. That's my dog barking. And then now I'm going to go run the Austin International half. And Houston was on my radar again for 2026 in January. However, San Antonio is doing their inaugural, not rock and roll, but their inaugural marathon. And I think I have to do it. I mean, San Antonio, we got to represent, like Stevie said, we won a world major. We got to show it. Shannon Side says Screech died, right? Oh man, Shannon, I wanted to end the the live stream soon. I don't know if I can end on that one. I think he did pass. I think he did pass. So we'll end with this. Frank says, "What races are you looking at for 2025?" So I did get accepted to Boston. So I have this half marathon, the Austin International Half, formerly known as the Half Marathon. That was the Austin 3M half. It got bought out by BPN or sponsored by BPN. So you'll see a lot of your favorite hybrid athletes, and every one of them will be down there. Probably Floberg and gang all doing the Austin International Half. I'll be doing it. I really wanted to PR it, but I'm just gonna give it what I got for the next 7 or 8 weeks and get in shape and then run. It's net downhill. It's like one of those Jack and Jill things from the north of Austin to south of Austin. It's a great time. And then I'll launch into some Boston training. Don't know if I'll have any time goals for that just because I don't know what kind of shape I'll be in. Obviously, I'm going to give it my best, whatever that is, but I don't know what's kind of realistic for it. And then after that, there are no plans. I'm eyeing that San Antonio marathon, the inaugural one, and it's the first week of December. And I'm telling you right now that the weather is going to be in the 40s, right? For the next 6 days. And then the day before the marathon was slated for this year, it's like 61 to 73. It's just terrible. That it's the race is, of course, it always gets really bad weather, but I'm probably gonna do it anyway. Okay, Stevie 76 says SA was robbed by Sydney. We were, but maybe next time. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Tomorrow there is going to be the top 5 racing shoes of the year for me. And then the Sunday will be the TRE, or like the future shoes that we're looking at. And then there will be one more product review for air compression boots. I'll make it funny, guys. Just watch it so it gets pushed out of there, and then every Wednesday we will return at 12 Central for this live stream. So thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Do somebody a kindness and at least take 3 bites of the cranberry. Nobody likes cranberry, but just do like 3 bites. It'll make whoever brought it happy. And just don't tell them you love it, because you don't want them to like just bring you cranberry every time you go and be like, hey, here's I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.